So playing CBR with the Marvel DCO and 2 months on the Multiverse. Are they right? Are they have to worry about this one? It is actually accurate. Yes and no. Yes, I do agree they all want to run the Multiverse. That part true, especially with Marvel these days. But comics-wise, they've been doing the Multiverse for years, for a decade. So why are they complaining about this now? That's what I don't understand. Like, Marvel's been doing the Multiverse for a decade. So how's it now that they're complaining about it? I don't get that logic at all. Weird. So it's pretty fun. And hey, got me touchable. I don't know. Marvel did on 2 months on the Multiverse. Yep. And we're talking anything news. We're gonna add it won't know. I'm not even going to Marvel DC right now. Not kind of bad. There's some good stuff in it. Just a day when meeting. Yeah, okay, that's another complete clusterfuck. That's not a complete mess. Spider-Man is a clusterfuck, and my lies is actually I don't even know what's going on in my mind these days. They kind of mess that kid up before saying yeah, they're more with nonsense. But this isn't good better than Marvel. Not a lot, but this is good stuff. DC hand is a mess. Oh my god. What they've done to my boy, I'm a Superman when it's done to Superman trying to draw me quitty. Superman always been a good mess in, but it's now back on the meeting. Flash is good, Robin's good. Well, before that book actually this August. But other than that, yeah, I got my DC all the mess as well. But I gotta agree with Superman. DC doesn't like Superman movie right now. But then again, DC been watching Superman movie for a decade and then a video of death metal. So yeah, you're probably won't talk about this topic. I want to talk about this because talk about but I won't get my 2 cents. It's actually an interesting topic. So yeah, this should be fun. Again, what do you mean by that? Well, you'll find out. Don't do it by ancient news. By the way, Marvel, if you want to Marvel, get advice. Give me a Spider book. I want a Spider book, damn it. Give me more Spider-Man Parker. I want a new series, damn it. We have to pee. Yep. So enjoy the show. See ya. Alright, as you can tell my intro, actually, you can tell about actually this topic of news. Why? You'll find out. Let's get started. More news here on the Multiverse according to CBR. CBR said, article, the Multiverse is any content in the superhero comics, though that way has been most used. DC and Marvel have both employed the idea with tremendous success. Spider-Man comics explain away publication inconsistency, why their characters seemingly don't age. Unfortunately, recently they turned the Multiverse into a career clutch. Especially detrimental to certain properties. Okay, that part is entirely accurate. I'll give them credit with that one. They all could tell with that one anymore. Marvel in particular is constantly putting on both with character of an alternate universe themselves, namely one who them other heroes. This feels like uninspired, valuing the nigga motivated heroes themselves. Even DC can help but roll the state with that type of story, many of which are missing the fundamental element that makes superhero properties so popular. The idea of the Multiverse had so much potential, but it seemed that the big two are in a way to see who could squander it the fastest. Okay, that part is not entirely wrong, but the birds of bubble, they've been doing it for decades. So why can we about this now? I don't understand with this. I'm confused. They've been doing the Multiverse for a decade, ever since it was they conceived during the 80s or late the 70s. I forget, but even point. So why are they comparing about this now? I don't understand. Who cares? Oh yeah, they were really not into my voice. Which I don't have my voice anymore. That way my voice book sucked. F that series, it was crap. I don't ever get a bad idea, an awful series. Don't ask. Don't even read what it says. What if it was just blink your brain? There's a good one and a bad, and the other one a bad one and bullshit. Anymore. Marvel Sarah currently being one of the villains. Marvel Comics currently publishing not one, but 3 different series with featuring Laurel Run Marvel Hill remake characters. These books are White Mountain Lads, but that just ended, and don't even bother checking that book out. That book is trash, an awful series, and you're saving your brain power when I read it. I only read the finale because it ended, and it sucked. Surprise, surprise! Look how the hack right doing the fuck they're doing, it's on my ears. Then there's Spider-Man Gwenville was another bad series, and I don't know what's happening with the Gwenville stuff. I really don't. Gwenville's are not bad yet, I know one. Stop doing bad ideas! Stop it! Who cares? And finally, and the villains. The writer restored Jessica Jones. First book, Mario made a particular Wolverine a whole Captain America, Wolverine all while his main book, my Spider-Man seeing an alternate universe fighting evil clone, also made a pupil. This will be redundant enough, but being joined by two vision with time makes it even worse. Oh yeah, the main Multiverse book. Yeah, that actually what the fun is. The main Multiverse book right now is doing movie bullshit, and it's a mess. I don't want to talk about that book ever again. That book is also going downhill with bullshit, and I don't want to talk about it. We don't. Oh yeah, okay, so we're still gonna get a quadric remaster for 4K. Yay! So we're still gonna be hyped for that. Who cares anymore? Grandmother has Ghost Spider, Spider-Man Team with Multiverse Wednesday variant from the universe which we can Captain America. I heard. Likewise, the variant is the exact same thing, but features Jessica Jones into the Captain America version of her. These books are the concept of just turning ideas of multiverse into heroes. My Spider-Man with long career, but just mean we made a people of it. Wait, what? Whatever, who cares? Do it in their banal role exercise. Yeah, my bad. But they're also expecting harmony to their respective heroes. Marvel and Spider-Man have become long career of being just remixed as Peter Parker. They have almost nothing in the way of exclusive supporting cast members or villains. Only reading Peter now other heroes. They're not wrong about that either. And the president of the cowboy. Ever seen my life when he has no road gallery? The only character road gallery have actually now are just, well, an evil clone, his uncle, and that's it. Yeah, I gotta agree with that one now. I know I heard something about that one. But remember, the only supposed to get the now is his parents, Genki, Spider-Gwen, Mid-Marvel, that's it. Wow. What a low supporting cast, I mean nothing. I gotta agree with that now. So whatever good. I have no idea what the fuck they're doing, Marvel ads. And that's another point I have in Marvel. They don't know what to do with the characters. It's just so bullshit. I could probably do another. I could probably do a Tower Bill why Marvel ads only would in opening anyways. I think that's Tower Bill I like that. I will do that Tower Bill eventually. Same with that one, but honestly, that's not Tower Bill today anymore. These multiple stories do them no favor in that regard, as they lack the connective supporting cast tissue that turns generic superhero property into bona fide blockbusters. Without a real cast of friends or original villains to call their own, these characters ultimately lack what makes others like Superman, Batman, Spider-Man so popular. After all, these heroes supporting cast and villains are always as recognizable as they are. Yep. The same goes for Jessica Jones, who lacks much in weight these days, having Purple Man, Jessica into in the subversive Marvel Max books areas, which dealt with all manner of adult themes, subject to trauma, sexuality, hereditary powers, or other fit with respect to narrative niche detective fiction. Yep. Who series took the aforementioned roots on Purple Man and turned him into a psychic sex offender, and these sort of acting that not hopping through the multiverse that creates the more original heroine. Having gone without a book for years since the ending of her Netflix show, Jessica Jones desperately needs some kind of development to get back into the Grundy limelight. Of course, she won't get that by only bouncing off of alt version of herself. Never mind the fact that such stories are completely inappropriate for such a grounded character. This again speaks to how generic and undefined relying on the multiverse can make a property. Essentially one of lower decks of cartoon plots, such as the character being shrunken down to microscopic size or de-aged. Sadly, Marvel is only one big company line on this gimmick. Here's the thing about that. The de-age that might be, I'm all for it for one reason only. So give them what I'm going to do back to normal. But that's DC's problem might be. That's another way. I can't what I'm saying. I've been waiting that for years at this point. I would say that I died. I would never get what I fight, but I go in with that for years at this point. In fact, I will probably do another however why age of done a mistake. But that's what I should have done a long time ago. I should have done it months ago. I probably will do that eventually, but we'll get that later. You know, man. Next, DC Comics should know better than to overuse the multiverse. That's what I said. DC relationship with the multiverse is a bit more nuanced than Marvel, which makes its hiccups all the more groan-inducing. For instance, they currently have a title called Teen Justice, which is the ultimate teenage justice and justice characters. Given the general requirement in comics of having too many managers carry phone around without the real characters having room to breathe, this is a fairly questionable idea in general. add in the fact that the teen story apparently if one is obvious that they exist merely for more multiverse shenanigans. Really? I don't think so. For a teacher to say on Earth. They're doing their own Earth right now. They're not doing multiverse bullshit. I feel you got your wires crossed, man. You got your wires crossed mixed up. I don't know what it's going with it. I don't, but honestly, well, that part you're doing, I think not. The teen justice don't separate continuity together. They can do whatever the hell they want. They're not caught with the other universes. Well, except for her, the Flash character, and that's it. All the other characters, they have not caught over at all. I know what you're talking about. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Even hardcore comic fans have come to bemoan how character managers are given away, and how various more popular heroes are seemingly created every other week. This only dilutes a brand new character, especially if their property hasn't been defined in a while. DC former Elseworld titles, for instance, worked well because they played off of the established and expected status quo of certain heroes. With that gone, these variants aren't an exciting concept at all. Even DC at one point realized that the multiverse was a bad idea. The iconic crisis on Infinite Earths was once used to get rid of this confusion and endless multiverse. And it might be the best exciting system that happens again, if only to keep fans from seeing double and triple. A more negotiable idea would be to have an editorial moratorium, I can't pronounce, sorry, on the multiverse. And story involve a constant wave of alternate universe counterparts. Such was the rule at DC after Crisis, with the house that built Earth 2 built outright rejecting these sort of stories. That is likely why concepts like Hypertime, which were back to an attempt at integrating the multiverse, failed to gain traction. While banning the multiverse for as long as it did may have been a bridge too far for DC at the time, something to that effect is definitely required at the moment for the big two. Yep. And in that they are all in a nutshell. But on the moment DC, I think they're going to go ahead and 2 more movies now. That's the CBR release. And they believe that a band movie might be now as a necessary model to keep going forward. Now, are they right about this? Are the harms going to be 100%? Do they believe that it is accurate? They believe accurate, and honestly, I kind of agree with them for once. Look, no one agrees to be on the about hacks, but at this point, they're not entirely wrong. I'm saying it a very long time now. I'm doing more with a bad idea. And now they have to prove it more to motivate. Well, what a cool idea and concept. This is why so many other points saying that's not fun anymore. It's a mess, and at this point, more you need to stop doing more return and just tell good stories. Now, does that mean more DC will not do the more return and Of course not. They'll keep doing the more until it dies. But for one, I can't agree with CB on this one. Look, no, I don't believe in them at all. But honestly, they're kind of 100% right this one for once. And DC I want too much motivation. But if I had modeling, I would just go way more together to start from scratch. But that's just me. I mean, it can happen. If I could dream, can I? But who knows? Yep. Yeah, I don't win the show. No, the moment you are too much on the motivate now, and we see a Terminator. Yep. Yeah, don't win the show. I know. My father, as you run other Multiverse, a few more time, every more time. I love the DC universe. And I have to go to the Multiverse. That's my favorite. I just fucking really part of the people in the game. Yes, I know she's for the movie. Yes, she's MC2. But then I love this character. My favorite character at the Multiverse period. My favorite character at the Multiverse period. Then to go to probably people. Okay. Well, but then that's her dad. But you get the point. So you say I love DC. Having said that, though, do I agree with CBR on this one? Do I agree with CBR for one that DC want to the Multiverse? I gotta agree with them on this one. They are kind of worried about this. Don't understand me. I like the Multiverse, but you guys, the one is kind of crushed these days. And for once in general, they're kind of worried about this one because the Multiverse was first on 80. We all know that now. But then ever since they've been doing more crazy Term 7 and Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness happened, every single time Multiverse has done the Multiverse Term 7. And frankly, I read a brilliant part of nonsense because let's face it, we have the all weather series with garbage, but I don't want to wear my life book anymore. That book is trash. That was a bad idea. The main my life book I was doing a terrible pretty good job I did my life. Tried the other universe. That was a bad idea. Oh my god, like, look at this shit. I hate what they've done in my life. It's just so fucking stupid. Stop doing what a story that they don't need. The way Hulk was bad, what wasn't bad. Before I got Bunny was out there, a mess, and I don't want to talk about that book. I did a video. Okay, I didn't do a video when the book came out. Like, I would have been telling that shit. But I read it and I didn't care. But this is also another problem. Marvel. They keep doing two movies that it's just stupid. Then you have the Wonder World, a bad idea because why? Why do we need this? Why do we need the Multiverse? This is also a bad mode. They are 200 movies including, and oh my god. I don't want to tell the Spider Multiverse anymore. We don't. It's such a bad idea. Garbage fire and it doesn't exist. So then you can tell, no, I'm not happy with the 2 books. I bet the villains. Look, the villains that book is all the way. If you're in the Ghost mode, so it can be good, be bad, but we are not saying that. It can be motivated, it can be not. Who knows? But once again, they're all going to run the Multiverse, and I kind of agree with them for what they all want. More is going to run the Multiverse. But for DC, hey, yeah. DC themselves, yes, they are doing movies, actually, but DC has been doing movies for years, for decades. So, do you don't understand? Like, yes, I do agree Marvel do a movie, that part true, they're doing one for decades. But, have you not seen one of DC right now? DC right now have been so motivated heavy to them that it's just so hard to keep track that I don't go with DC anymore. In fact, I know the whole idea. Let's be real. This whole DC unreal idea with all the horrible bad idea at the beginning. Is that everything's canon, except that can't happen because that didn't make any sense. Trying to make everything canon, you remind me, it's gonna be what the fuck. And oh my god, trying to go on DC and it's not fun talking about the mess and my head but become my skull. And it's just one thing I will give DC credit with Marvel. That movie is defined, it makes sense, but also it doesn't make sense at all. But it's kind of a mess and oh my god. I'll give Marvel this with their movie nonsense. Yes, the movie are bad, but DC movie is a lot much more complicated than Marvel. Marvel movie is just crap the fuck, but DC movies it turned out worse. So yeah, and then I'll give DC credit. They used to be restrained at the credit end, but everything in depth metal and even Frontier, they've been so moving that I don't go on anymore. Right? The one thing I'll give DC credit over their Marvel, that one is interesting, confusing, but we can make sense most of the time anyway, but you know the point. So, yeah, needless to say, I got greasy about DC Marvel do on the movie too much, but I think it's DC themselves are too much the Multiverse, not Marvel. Okay, Marvel does, but Marvel's almost common and almost confusing, but that's because they're coming to what the fuck, but yeah, that's not my point. You know the point. So yeah, normally I don't agree with CBL, but then I can see with bullshit. But for once, they are kind of 100% right about this one for once. No, I'm not saying you don't need to do more with 100%. No, of course not. You can do more with it. The problem I have more with these days that the motivation themselves is, well, it's like they say, it's a crutch. It's not but that's it was. No, it's not what it used to be. It's just it could be crutch that finally makes no sense anymore, and that just sucks. Because I thought more with DC movie, it'd be great. But now, yeah, try to figure out what's gonna happen more with DC. I dare you. Try to figure out what's going on more movies. Try to figure out what's happening. More movies, oh, a mess. Heck. Well, do you know how many spider people we have right now in Marvel out there in the main universe? Answer: too many. And I gotta agree with you guys when they're calling writers because Spider-Man also not part of that Marvel is not helping anymore. It's not helping Marvel last. It's not having any occurred, and it's just remake. And I hate saying that because I used to like that the Multiverse, but now people try to figure out what's happening right now in Spider-Man now. It's a mess, and that's not to say I want the movie to die. I don't, but I agree with the one. But they need to start the movie to understand. Let's focus on trying to show what the kid. That's the main problem I have with Marvel DC. Not the movie. The movie is a problem, but that's because it's more about the printing itself, more about not the concept, but more you don't want to Marvel run too much on it instead of doing good stories. That's the problem. The main problem of the movie is more people right after doing what they're doing. But I can do a talk about the combination itself. But at the moment, DC, do they want to win the Multiverse? Yes and no. Yes, they do want to win the movie, but at the Marvel, you only have to do a series. Once it ended, the series ending, variant is probably a main series, so we don't know what's going on with this thing. I thought the article just feels, I don't know, confusing. Like, it's kind of a mess in my opinion, but, But when I'm doing the emojis together with this nonsense. I don't care. All I want good stories. But as far as I watch him on the Multiverse, I gotta agree with 100% all copyrighted. But like I said, we don't want to feed emojis here right now. We ban from inventing. All you have is just one article with thank you for Jack and Shittery. Okay, we have Judgment Day coming, but Judgment Day on X-Men Avengers at Eternal Event book, which I'm not looking forward to anything with man Dark Fighters. So we don't know what's gonna happen in the future. So until we pick what's going on, let's just hope of us, plan the worst, and pray God didn't get actually got my band that worse, but until we say. Now, how would I fix this problem? For all the deal, I would actually not eat movies anymore. If I had my way, I would more easy. Start watching on the Multiverse and tell good stories. Okay. If one easy more I can do out there, like here's my advice, more easy. Stop doing on the Multiverse. Just tell the core, I can carry the core story and focus on the character we all love. Don't do Multiverse nonsense. Stop doing Multiverse. Just focus on the main core universe. The 616 meanwhile for Marvel and with DC. Don't do Multiverse anymore. Stop. You've done too much Multiverse. You've done too much damage. Leave it alone and focus on the main story, main character. There. I saw you in 2 seconds. Problem solved. Not every Marvel DC will do it. Of course not. They won't do it. They'll keep the thing going, baby, until it dies. But I say, screw that. We've done too much Multiverse stuff to the point of sanity. We need to work with Multiverse and stop doing Multiverse and just tell good stories. But all if I had my way, I would do a crossover with the Multiverse. You see what it used to do back in the 90s. Or the 1990s, 90s and the early 2000s. Just do a crossover. That's what I want. And that'll probably ton of fun. Do it. Do it, Marvel. Do it. It's easy. If it's ton of fun, do it again, and then we'll be happy. There, I saw you using that show. But great. Where dog? I think that's correct. I don't think it's wrong. Doing my more easy on 2 months on the Multiverse. Free-on common emoji government engineers. Do I can do it there. Also I can video on Twitter. Freedom Scum and Channel with superstars. We get about kind of some story. You guys can. I'll try. Well, one day, how you doing more easy on 2 months on the Multiverse? Do you mean to do legit or do you mean bullshit? Me personally, I think it's kind of double-edged sword. I think yes and no, they're on 2 months Multiverse. But until we figure out what's going on, what do we stand? No, we don't. Different more easy on the Multiverse. We own common emoji government engineers. Do I get to it? Also, I can video on Twitter. Freedom Scum and Channel with superstars. We get the battle kind of some story. You guys can. I'll try it on game. More easy. Yeah. My more easy. Please take a shit. Please. Yeah. My more easy. My.